Looking at the last game for the Houston Rockets, it was a win against the Jazz in Utah. And that was a serious blowout. Not too many people can claim that they saw that coming.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
Here are the five for the Clippers. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Smith out there with DeAndre Jordan. And it's Johnson in at the three. Paul against Harden. The pass to Redick. Jordan sets the pick for Redick. Johnson wide open. He fires. No good on the three. Clippers on defense. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
And it wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't execute well. The screens weren't there. The spacing was poor, and thusly the defeat.
Well, you've laid out a couple of the details that lead to good offense, or bad if you don't execute them. Shooting is just a byproduct of not screening well and not moving the ball or players well. They didn't execute anything on the offensive end.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Flash misses. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Johnson kicks to Paul. Redick is in the corner. Plenty of space. And again, the Clippers good for 2. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Ariza with the bucket. Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Now it's sent it down to Doris Burke, who is able to catch up with Coach Doc Rivers.
Kevin, I talked to him about the shot blocking they're certain to face in this matchup. He's certainly cognizant of it, and he told me this: if we can play a little more up-tempo and score before their bigs can recover, that will help. Also, getting them on the move in the half court, whether with ball movement or screens, will also serve us well. Kevin, if they can execute, they'll have some success.
Wonderful, Doris. Thanks for the report.
You know, I think he's right to be concerned about the defense they're going up against today. I mean, it's going to take some creativity for them on offense to be able to score consistently.
I think that's their primary concern. I mean, they'd be fooling themselves if they said scoring against this D is going to be easy.
Here's Redick. James Harden picking up that last basket. Clock at 6. Jordan sets the pick for Redick. Cannot hit, so Houston will take it the other way. There's the triple. Flash misses. The Clippers in the lead. Johnson, the pass to Paul. He feeds it to Redick. There's the dish to Jordan. He kicks it to Paul. Jordan the screen, and the wide open shot from Redick. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Redick's got 5 now.
A delicious dime from Chris Paul there.
Here's Flash, defended by Paul. Jones with the screen on Redick. Ariza has the open look, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Los Angeles leading by 4 from outside the arc, and Redick hits again from deep. Redick's got a couple of threes now in the first for Los Angeles.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Flash misses.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Paul goes in, pass to Smith. Misses from close range. Houston's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Flash passes to Howard. Houston moving it around. Here's Flash. Offline with his 3.
And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
And Greg, it's been hard to watch. I mean, you can see his frustration. He's actually looking forward to the end of this period so he can have a fresh start for the next one.
Now, here is Harden. That drops.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
All right, we've got a bit of a break now, so here's a look at the league's best defenses.
Points allowed is one of the key indicators for good defensive effort. And this team does a nice job because they force opponents into tough shots. They don't allow easy shots. They're all on the same page. They're aggressive. They're focused. They pay attention to detail. And for 48 minutes, they're going to make their opponents uncomfortable.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Capella's checked in. Montejunas comes in for Jones. Corey Brewer's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And Barea subbed in for James Harden.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Here's Rivers, following the score by Houston. Got it. Good job in the low post.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
Rockets trail by 5. To the middle. Here's Flash. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Clippers shooting their second and third free throws tonight. Free throw drops for Crawford. And so Jamal Crawford nails both of them.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
The Rockets have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Barea, the pass to Flash. This one for 3. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And money to end the quarter there with the triple.
They knew exactly what they wanted to do right there, Greg, and the timing was right on time.
And DeAndre Jordan not a focal point offensively for this team, but as a defender.
I'm not really a big scorer for our team, but that's not my job. My job is to defend and rebound for our team. And, you know, I've accepted my role, and I feel like I'm, you know, excelling in my role.
Well, Jordan, a man who knows what his job is, and he likes his job, Clark, and does it very, very well. He is excelling.
Yeah, he is. He may not be the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year, but he is certainly the Clippers' Defensive Player of the Year. Jordan's become a defensive beast, an animal defensively, and really the thing of it is he's still learning and growing. He's going to continue to get better, which is scary.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
The roof is up right now, guys. It's raining in here. A lot of threes through the first.
Hey, sometimes when it rains, it pours, and they have not let up from beyond the arc.
Flash in a 2-guard. Corey Brewer is out there with Montejunas. And there's J.J. Barea, and it's Capella in at the 5. That's the 5 for Houston right now. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Jazz got down to business. He finished with 33 points and played some lockdown defense as well, causing havoc on both ends of the floor. Absolutely incredible numbers from him. In a monstrous game.
Appreciate it, Doris. Thanks. Well, we've seen a lot of great players have a lot of great games, but that was something special.
And I love that no matter.
.131 left to play in the first half. And here is Paul. 14 points from him the last game against Miami.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates.
On the wing, Harden. Down low. Pass to Flash. 1:05 left in the first half of basketball. Just 5 to shoot. Here's McGee. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Flash. He's averaging 20 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. So much of what this team does revolves around his offense.
Well, his mindset allows him to stack those points up. He wants to carry the load, and clearly he does.
And he knocks down the first one.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
There's 57 seconds left now here in the second. Paul outside to halt the run. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
And he's not going to pass up on chances like that. Even with just a sliver of daylight, he can get to the rim.
Paul having a good one. 12 points and 4 assists. His success in the assist department is carried over to the free throw line.
Boy, has he been steady at the helm today. I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Johnson the screen. Paul outside. Here's Smith. Rebounded by Flash. Flash has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Trying to find Harden, and he's got it now. Here's Flash. No good on the triple. Johnson kicks to Smith. Misses in close.
And although he doesn't quite get the block, he does get the missed field goal attempt because of his ability to alter the shot.
Well, almost as effective as a block. I mean, made him completely change his release point, and I think that caused the miss.
So we've reached the end of the first